The AI boom often sounds like a story about software. A new model appears. A chatbot gets smarter. A company announces a faster assistant, a better search tool, or a new way to write code. But behind the screen, the AI boom is also a story about steel, electricity, land, chips, cooling systems, and very large bills. That is why one question keeps coming back in the market. Who pays for the AI boom? At first, the answer looks simple. Big tech pays. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, and other major companies are spending huge amounts of money on data centers and AI infrastructure. They are buying chips, building server farms, signing power deals, and racing to secure enough capacity before competitors do. In finance language, this is capital expenditure, or CapEx. CapEx is money a company spends on long-term assets, not just daily operating costs. A data center is not a marketing campaign that can be stopped next week. It is a long-term bet on demand, pricing, and future revenue. That is why investors are paying such close attention. They are not asking whether AI is exciting. That part is obvious. They are asking whether the spending can turn into enough revenue to justify the cost. This is the difference between a strong AI story and a fragile AI story. A strong story has a clear monetization path. In other words, the company can show how the money spent on AI becomes money earned from customers. Cloud companies have one of the clearest paths. If a business uses Azure, AWS, or Google Cloud to run AI workloads, the customer is helping pay for the infrastructure. The cloud provider still has to spend first, but there is a visible business model on the other side. That is why cloud growth matters so much in the AI cycle. It is not just a technical number. It is evidence that customers may be willing to rent the expensive machine. Meta has a different kind of story. Meta can use AI to improve advertising, recommendations, assistance, and user engagement. That can be very valuable, but the line from spending to revenue can look less direct. If AI makes ads more effective, revenue may rise. If AI keeps people using the apps longer, the business may become stronger. But investors still want proof that the infrastructure build-out is producing measurable returns. NVIDIA sits in a special position. It sells many of the chips that make the boom possible. In that sense, NVIDIA has been one of the clearest winners of AI spending. But even NVIDIA is part of a bigger question. If the AI economy depends too heavily on one supplier, one type of chip, or one set of extremely expensive deals, the whole system can start to look opaque. Opaque means hard to see through. Investors may believe in the future of AI and still worry that the current money flow is difficult to understand. Recent market volatility shows how sensitive this story has become. News about Chinese chip progress, memory supply, export controls, or a possible data center deal can quickly move global tech stocks. That does not mean every headline changes the long-term AI trend. But it does show that the market is no longer treating AI spending as free magic. The bill is becoming visible. And when a bill becomes visible, people start asking who will carry it. Some of it will be carried by big tech companies. Their balance sheets are strong, and they can borrow, invest, and absorb years of heavy spending better than smaller firms. Some of it will be carried by business customers. If companies pay more for AI tools, cloud capacity, automation software, and premium subscriptions, they are helping fund the infrastructure behind those tools. Some of it may be carried by consumers. Free AI products may become paid products. Cheap subscriptions may become more expensive. Devices may cost more if memory and chips remain tight. And some of it may be carried by local communities. Data centers need electricity, water, land, and grid upgrades. In some places, people may welcome the investment in jobs. In other places, they may ask whether the local power system, water supply, or public infrastructure is being stretched for the benefit of distant users and distant companies. So the AI boom is not only a stock market story. It is an infrastructure story. It is an energy story. It is a customer pricing story. And it is a trust story. For the biggest technology companies, the challenge is not just to build more capacity. The challenge is to prove that the capacity creates real economic value. A useful framework is simple: spending, demand, and return. Spending tells us how much money is going into chips, buildings, power, and talent. Demand tells us whether customers actually need that capacity and are willing to pay for it. Return tells us whether the investment becomes profit, productivity, or durable advantage. If those three pieces move together, the AI boom can look healthy. If spending rises faster than demand and returns, the same boom can start to look risky. That is why the phrase return on investment matters so much here. AI can be revolutionary and still be expensive. A technology can change the world and still disappoint investors if the economics are unclear. The next phase of the AI story may be less about who has the most impressive demo. It may be about who can turn expensive infrastructure into steady revenue without exhausting customers, power grids, or investor patience. So when people ask, who pays for the AI boom? The honest answer is not one group. Big tech pays first. Customers pay next. Consumers may pay later. And the market keeps watching to see whether all that spending produces enough value to make the bill worth it. For the full transcript and key terms from this episode, visit Atoz podcast and follow the script line by line.
Subscribe for new episodes and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one.